welcome to the Black Achievers Radio and Video Podcast Show. I'm your host, Herb Bellamy Jr., and we're excited to bring you another special guest for our show. And today, you will meet the man who is behind the scenes, all those videos that you see in our virtual awards. Everyone's asking me, who is this guy? What does he do? Is he from Star Trek? Is he from outer space or whatever? I'm like, no, he's a local guy from Buffalo, from what I understand, I should say. And our guest is Roderick Simmons. Hello, Roderick Simmons.
Herb, oh man, thank you. First, thank you. It really is a pleasure to be here with you, doing your first video podcast, and it is an honor, so thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, we wouldn't have it no other way, doing our first virtual podcast, and this is very exciting. All these new technology things that we have since last year, actually, we keep adding things and adding technology and adding intelligence. And tell us a little bit about yourself. You know, Rod, are you from Buffalo or are you from somewhere else? I think you're from somewhere else, but, you know, I won't mention that type of thing. Somebody beamed you down, I think. But are you from Buffalo?
Yes, I am, but, you know, I get that question quite a bit. People, for some reason, think I'm from someplace else. Yeah, born and raised in Buffalo. I'm dating myself, but yeah, born at Deaconess Hospital.
Oh, okay.
I remember that place.
Did you go to the Buffalo Public Schools, or what schools did you go to?
I did. School 17, which is now at City Honors. Woodlawn Junior High, Lafayette, and then I went out of town for school to Ohio, where I majored in recording engineering. You probably didn't know that.
No, I didn't know. I'm going to learn a few more things about you. I'm learning every day. Oh, good. That's good to know. So tell me, at what age did you find that you had some different creative talents, or when did you discover that you're a little different than the other kids?
You know, yeah, I've been told all my life that I'm different. Well, I'd have to say young, maybe 10 or so. I used to design and build go-karts, my cousin and I. And so I really started with my creative juices then. Even before then, you know, drawing comic books and, you know, just always creating things. I loved electronics. So if I had some electronic parts around, I would, you know, build something. And, you know, so I was designing quite a bit. My parents always thought I was going to blow up the house someday, but fortunately that never happened. But yeah, a lot of fun with that.
That's interesting you said when you started electronics, because we probably met, 30 years ago or so, and you were doing automatic starts for the cars before anybody else was doing it. I was starting my car up the street. You had this extended range and all this stuff with the cars you were doing back then.
Yes, I for years did auto electronics, car starters, sound systems, security systems. My car did pretty much everything. It rolled down the windows with a click of a button, rolled up the windows if it was raining, had the perimeter sense, and it would actually rap to you if you got too close to the car.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of those are some fun days.
Oh, yeah. That's good. Now, when did you actually start Hot Rod Studios? Now, what is your actual title with Hot Rod Studios? I know you're the founder and probably the CEO and president. Tell me, what is your title?
All of the above. So I am the CEO and founder of Hot Rod Studios, LLC.
Okay.
And I started this business officially in 2013.
Okay.
I have been doing this sort of work for quite some time. I was always the guy with the video camera at parties and at different events, and I don't know, I just decided to really do this for a living. So under the umbrella of Hot Rod Studios, I do more than just video. I do photography, website design, graphic designs, did I say website? I rent photo booths, slideshows, media conversion, and most recently, really added live streaming. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. But live streaming was really turned out big this year for a lot of people.
Oh, great, great. So you now it seems like you offer more services than that, but I think you probably missed a couple, but we're going to figure it out along the way. It's kind of fun me being on this side of with you being there right with me instead of being behind the camera telling me what to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm having fun with them as well today, but we are delighted to have Hot Rod here with us today. And making Black Achievers look beautiful on all the screens. And I get so many compliments along the way from how we have grown in technology and reaching people from all over the world now, thanks to you and your services. And how do you feel about that? Being able to reach global when we did our virtual event, we reached all over the world,
Well, Herb, first of all, I have to say I've always been very passionate about the Black Achievers. I love the ideal and the concept of celebrating Black talent and excellence in Western New York for a lot of reasons. There's just a lot of talent here and a lot of unsung heroes who go out in the community every day without recognition, and you and your father have really begun I want to say sort of a tradition of recognizing this talent that we have here, and I just think that's awesome. So when you asked for my help, not only did I did that, but together we came up with a lot of ideas to take this whole lot further. So it's exciting.
And it's truly a lot of talent in Buffalo, isn't it?
Yes.
It's amazing every year that you see so many people doing great things in this city and county. And I tell you, Buffalo, New York is the place to be right now.
That's right.
And people are starting to recognize all over the world how talented so many African Americans are in Buffalo.
Yeah, a lot of talent has come out of the city, and a lot yet that hasn't been discovered. So
yes, I often tell people, I say you're a Black achiever. You just haven't been recognized yet. So there are so many achievers there, but and we'll get to that later too. As sponsors, we're looking for sponsors this year because we are going virtual again this year, the first Saturday in October. We got some creative things. We met yesterday, and we got some exciting things ahead for us in October. But tell me, last year we went through COVID-19 and pandemic, and we're still actually going through it. How did it change your business? What so many businesses were affected, and we were able to reinvent ourselves to go virtual for award ceremony. But how did it change your business with photo booths and weddings and all those things that you do?
Well, I'm glad you asked that. Initially, when COVID hit, I said, okay, there it goes. I am so glad that I have something else to do for income because I know that I'm going to take a big hit. No more weddings, no events to do, no photography jobs. Those were some of my main, and my photo booth. That was one of my main sources of income for many years. And amazingly, a whole nother realm of the business really picked up, live streaming. Initially, I didn't know how I felt about it, but funeral homes reached out to me because so many families going through, who suffered through COVID-19 and lost family members, wanted to share the service with people, not just in Buffalo, because we had such limited capacity, but throughout the country. And I was able to provide that service for them. And still today, I'm doing one or two funerals a week for families, so that they can share, the celebration of life with their family members around the country. So that's been one thing that's picked up. Website design, my graphic design business has really picked up. Just doing a ton of things, because a lot of people decided, since they're at home, to reinvent themselves. A lot of startup businesses have happened during this COVID season. Mm-hmm. So I've been able to really help in that way, and more, one big part of it was the production of virtual events like the Black Achievers. We spent a lot of time together producing that during this season, and it was amazing. So I've done the Black Achievers. I did the virtual show for the Martin Luther King with Betsy Patterson, and then the Urban League. Hot Rod Studios have been quite busy during this pandemic.
And that's great. And for our listening audiences, the entrepreneurial side of them, to have the diversification, to be able to adapt to the times. And so many of us learn these, like you were saying, some new startup businesses and doing other things during this pandemic. And, African Americans as a whole have always been survivors and gone through so many different ups and downs and changes. And we're in such a difficult time in our society that we really need to learn to adapt. So I'm glad you were able to show and display that to other entrepreneurs, and also all the families that even reached out to me and asking for your services, and how much it meant to them to be able to show their services to their family members who could not travel, and it was just amazing, some of the touching stories that I heard about your services and being able to connect people that would not have been able to be connected in this difficult, unusual time of grieving. And so you were a tremendous blessing to so many families in Western New York and throughout the country and the world too, as well, with the live streaming.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's really good to be able to provide those services. And, I say for any entrepreneur, you're always going to be faced with challenges. And the best thing that you can do for yourself and the community is really think outside the box and ways to grow yourself and your business.
Oh, great. Yeah, we have been learning so much about Mr. Hot Rod behind the camera all the time. And tell us a little bit more about what you actually did with Black Achievers. I know you said some of the services, but tell us all the things that you actually do with us, because I know we do a lot with you, but I could start naming some. But I know you did our website, and by the way, keep visiting BuffaloBlackAchievers.org, BuffaloBlackAchievers.org.
I think that was really the first connection point when I kind of got involved with the Black Achievers. I'm not a part of the board or anything like that, but when I get involved in anything, I put my heart and soul into it. That's just who I am. I do that with my projects, and I think that it kind of shows. When you really put your heart and your soul into anything, it does make a difference. But that's how I really got involved with the Black Achievers, designing the website, and then now I do all the promotional graphics, posters and flyers and things. I've designed that. The social media manager. In order for any organization to really be relevant in these days, you have to have a great presence on social media. So I kind of, took over that for Herb. And
why? Because I was fighting you for it?
Yeah, he wanted to really do it so bad, but I said, no, I'm going to take care of this for you, okay? But yeah, it's important to really have a strong presence on social media if you really want to stay relevant, because people have short memories. But I do that. video production. So anytime there's any video productions, the Black Achievers now have their Black Achiever studio, and so I kind of help run that for Herb. So and who knows what's next?
Yeah, with me, I always got something up my sleeve, right? That's good. I'm gonna take you to another place now. One of the things as we did our virtual award ceremony, there's times that we're behind the camera and we're doing things, and people don't realize it. But we had this one moment with Don Boswell, and he was telling us his story with Chadwick, and it was an amazing time. Which that was one of the times we wish we had the camera on, because Don had us like we were little kids talking to us. It was just amazing. Can you share some of those stories? Because I know Chadwick is one of your heroes because of Marvel and all the comic heroes that you grew up with. Tell us a little bit about that story. It was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, Don is an amazing man, and he himself has a major story behind it, on his history and how he got started in the business. And I was listening to public radio, and they had a special on Don. And for a powerful man as he is in the industry, he's such a gentle giant. He is so kind, and he took the time to explain and invited us over to the studio, which was really nice of him to do that. But he mentioned when Chadwick was here in Buffalo filming the Marshall movie, and what a great person that he was, and really he enjoyed spending time with him. I didn't meet Chadwick myself personally. A friend of mine was actually a stand-in in the movie, and he explained to me, how great it was to, be around him. But Chadwick is he was such a talented person. Every movie that he played or played in really immersed himself, heart and soul, and it showed. So that just brings me right back to the point I made earlier. When you put your heart and soul into something, it makes a huge difference. And the Marshall movie, the James Brown movie, of course Black Panther, and his last movie, just all masterpieces.
Now, in saying that, I get a lot of compliments from people who view the videos that you produced for us, and they said it looks like Hollywood. What are your thoughts about growing? Do you think you would like to do a Hollywood production besides the Black Achievers Awards ceremony? Because we're already Hollywood, we got some star studs every year. So I'm just wondering, do you have those type of future goals to produce a movie? Because I seen your talents, and I see all the particular things that you do. Even setting up this video podcast is amazing in itself. So yeah, what do you think?
I have thought about that quite often. Back in the day, I used to make little short films.
Oh, okay.
Just with family members, just to play around. But then, as I began to grow my passion for it, this business is extremely expensive, and every time there's a new piece of equipment out, my mouth is watering to get it. But I do have a passion to someday do a short film. I think that that is certainly on my bucket list, is to do that. So don't be surprised someday when you see it happen. I think the creative side can be it's fun and challenging. Every time I do a piece of work for you and the Black Achievers, my biggest competitor is against myself, because now I have to find a way to top what I did last time. And, you have to have a fresh mind and constantly think out of the box. And sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night with a thought, and I immediately either text it on my phone or use the voice recorder just so I don't lose it. Because, these things, a lot of the ideas that I have, they come from all kinds of places, and a lot of times it's in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll have an idea, and I'll call you, hey, I got a great idea for this. Let's do this.
So that's when it said, I'm going to wait till the midnight hour?
That's it.
Oh, no, that's for another listening audience. Hey, by the way, what is your website again, and what is your telephone number again, in case some of our listeners want to get in touch with you so they can produce a virtual awards or anything for their company or corporate, or so many things that you do. Again, what is your direct contact number?
Well, you can visit my website, hotrodstudios.com. You'll see it across the screen, as well as my contact info, 716-316-6414. Call me. I'd love to hear from you and share some ideas.
But don't wait till the midnight hour?
Yeah. My phone won't even ring at that time. It cuts off automatically at a certain time.
What are some inspiring stories that you have heard from other Black achievers over the years? As I was just mentioning Don, I was actually supposed to ask you questions about others, but you're directly with the achievers and you see their excitement and how they tell me a little bit about that behind the scenes and how people are when they're receiving the award.
So I have talked to quite a few achievers,
Mm-hmm.
and the first thing that comes out of my mouth is, what an honor. Many people, because this has been going on now for 49 years,
Mm-hmm.
many people have heard of the Black Achiever Awards. They know they have a family member or a friend or a relative, someone that has received an award, and when they receive their award, it's such an honor to them. I hear it all the time. They're excited, and it's great to see that excitement on their face. So that's some of the more most comments that I hear, but sometimes some people say it's really great to be recognized for the hard work that I do.
Yeah, some of the compelling stories is amazing when we're off camera, I find. Like when we gave the gift boxes and, some of the expressions, and you see it's just...
They're quite amazed. I had the pleasure of taking some pictures of some of the folks who opened up their gift boxes after receiving an award, and they were amazed. They were amazed at the plaque, and how nice it looked. But not only that, but to get custom mugs and masks and food and all kinds of other gifts that they
proclamations from elected officials.
Yes. So, being a Black Achiever is a great honor, and it's really nice to capture the moment when someone's awarded.
Yes, it is. Again, what is your telephone number again?
Right on the screen there, 716-316-6414.
Yeah, that was for the radio people, just in case they didn't see it on the screen. Just want to make sure we can get a hold of you. So, because I think, and not that I was looking for another job, but I think I'm starting to be your agent. People are calling me and asking me, how do I get a hold of this guy? And now they finally get to see you and say, what is his number? Who is he? Where he come from?
Well, I thank you, Herb. It's in fact, you sent someone most recently, and I was able to take care of them. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. I love what I do. I have a passion for this thing, and I really try to send that through the work that I do. Whether it's,
you do, yeah.
designing anything graphically or putting out videos to inspire.
Yeah, I tell you, the great thing about us working together, I can share some ideals and concepts, and then you just kind of figure it out. And next thing I know, you got everything on a sample tape for me to look at.
When you work closely with someone for as long as you and I have been, you begin to kind of anticipate some of the thoughts and kind of know what you like and what you dislike, and there's always some tweaks. It's only natural to have that, but you and I have been on the same page for quite some time, and I think it's really helped us form an awesome relationship.
So do you got like this mental telepathy type of machine or something that you use to make things happen?
No, I just I do have a do it now mentality, though. I think that's important. When someone tells you that they need something, I think it's best to jump right on it and get it out the way.
And that you do. I appreciate that. I mean, we know how to deal with deadlines and details, and that is so important when you're doing productions of the Black Achievers and all the other things that you do. Is the details, the dedication, and it's just amazing that we're able to bring it all together at a certain time, and so he always meet his deadlines, that's for sure. So ladies and gentlemen, that is very important, because I've had both, working with people who didn't meet their deadlines, and it makes my job that much harder. And so we were able to really put a great team together last year, and I think it was an award-winning virtual award ceremony. So we have to get some type of award committee to give us that that award as well.
I love working with this guy because, he catches me all the time. Sometimes we're talking, and sometimes I can be so gullible, he'll say something, and I'm like, really?
Yeah, I get him every day. He's so serious, and I have to break him down so he can be like a normal person,
Yeah.
But I tell you, he gets normal. The other day, he received a new drone. So he calls me, says, Herb, I got this new drone, and it can do all kinds of things. He's telling me and describing this new drone like it's a toy that he got for Christmas, which I'm sure it was. But so he does change up when you get the right toy in front of him.
Yeah, guilty. I love my toys. Everyone that knows me will tell you that.
Yeah. So I'm glad you got that drone, and we can do some more. Just as you be getting that drone, I'm thinking of some ideas too, how to work it. And we came up with some great ideas yesterday as we were talking about the future of the Black Achievers, and so that's exciting as well.
It's going to be an awesome year for the Black Achievers.
Yes.
So hopefully, if you are awarded, stay tuned to something amazing.
Yes, talk to your sponsor. Tell them that you want to be a Black Achiever this year. Say, this is the year they're going to put on another major production, and we are looking forward to share all the good and positive stories of African Americans in Buffalo, New York, and we are continually to be successful in so many endeavors in Buffalo. So my hats go off to you, Rod, and really making us all look good. He doesn't even have to Photoshop some people because he's just, doing his thing. So I need some positive word for today. What you want to leave a positive word for our listening audience?
Well, first, thank God for where you are right now. And never give up on yourself or your dreams. And always continue to work on making you a better you. That's all I got.
Oh, great. You heard it first from Roderick Simmons from Hot Rod Studios. As our buzzer go on, remember, this is Herb Bellamy, your host for Black Achievers. Change your thoughts, change your world.